What a beautiful song. Just my imagination. Hey, today is Tuesday and it's 5 o'clock. Hey, in Chicago, somewhere in the Austin community, and it's just my imagination. I'd like to welcome you to Rhythm Flow Radio live stream. Hey, and today we have a wonderful show lined up for you today where we are featuring, there's nothing like featuring a local artist named Queen Qiana. We're going to feature her music and we're also going to pay a tribute to breast cancer awareness. Why not just say cancer awareness, period? Take the breast cancer away and just say cancer awareness because it's all about pink. It's all about pink in the month of October. My name is Katie Lowe, and I am so happy to be here. And I want to say thank you, Earl Winfrey. Thank you for everything. And you know what? I just want to send you so much love. Okay? I want to play this cut one more time, just my imagination. And then I'm going to come back and I'm going to bring in the guests for today and I'm going to allow them to introduce themselves. We're going to talk about some current events and then we're going to get into the meat of the show. And like I say, it's about featuring the local artists on this show. We talk about current events, but it's about the local artists because you know what? They are very important. Like I say, the name of the song is Running Away with Me. I'm gonna play it one more time, and then I'm gonna bring up the guest. Hold on just 1 second. I love this song.
Don't wanna wake up, we be daydreaming. Stop for no reason. We be taking off each and every season. They ain't on a level they can never be. Yeah, spot better man. What would they say? Stuck in the time life just didn't go your way. I twist my head somewhere new every day. And I know situation. That's my imagination. Running away. Oh, yeah. Just my imagination. Running
Like I say, support the local artists. Hold on. That's not supposed to happen. Hold on, just 1 second. There we go. Okay. Just like I say, support the local artist. That artist, Her name is Queen Qiana. You can find her music. It's available on most streaming sites. And the name of the song is Running Away with Me. I encourage you to support her. Go to, I went to iTunes. You can go to Apple Music, Spotify, any of your major streaming apps and find that song. Support her, please. Okay. I have the guest in the screen, and I'm going to let everybody introduce themselves because they know themselves better than I do.
Hello, everybody. I'm Queen Qiana, recording artist, um, and I'm happy to be here.
Composer, singer,
Composer,
songwriter,
singer, writer,
actor,
yes, all of that. I'm sorry, yeah, all of that.
okay.
Hello,
And
everyone. I'm happy to be here. I am the Queen's manager, Carol Reed, and it's a pleasure to be here.
All right. So we were going to talk about, before we get to talking about cancer awareness, we're going to talk about some of the current events, some of the things that happened recently. And any of you want to come up with the first hot topic?
Hmm. What are we going to talk about, ladies?
Oh,
There's
I
so
know
much
one
going
that's
on.
real hot.
so much going on in the world today.
Oh, my God. It sure is.
Well,
Um,
how about Facebook?
Facebook.
Facebook. 3-day shutdown. What is it? 3-hour shutdown.
Girl, it was more than 3 hours.
Yeah, maybe more than that. Because I know I tried to post and I couldn't post anything. So
I think
that was
I
very
think I saw
interesting.
some picketers out there.
You saw pictures?
Well, I know he lost $50 billion that day.
Mm,
Really?
somebody's in a
Yeah,
bad mood.
his stocks dropped tremendously because of that 60 Minutes interview on Sunday.
Mm.
So he
What
lost a
happened with
lot of
the
money.
interview? Tell us about the interview on Sunday. I didn't catch it.
Yeah, well, they had the whistleblower. She actually decided to reveal herself and come to find out that he basically was telling everyone that he was removing hate speech, but he was only removing 3% of the hate speech. And she dropped a lot of evidence that he was only removing 3%. And of course, that 3% was only blacks,
Mm.
what
Oh
he considered
no.
hate speech.
Oh.
So she had nothing but receipts.
The plot
Oh
thickens.
wow.
So he lost $50 billion. And so right now, I'm in his future. I see lawsuits.
Mm.
Oh. I guess the shutdown, somebody said, was a gift from Big G. Honey, and I can imagine who Big G without putting the other two letters on there. Oh, did I say that?
Okay.
But you
That
know,
money is the ruler of all evil, and he done a lot of people wrong to get to where he's at. So you know what? What our grandmothers used to say: the roosters will come home.
and a lot of people got mad when Jeremiah Wright said that. You remember when Obama was president and Jeremiah Wright said that in a speech that the roosters would come home to roost?
They got mad when Malcolm X said it too.
Okay. So,
So
wow, that rooster came home to roost. And not only did it shut down Facebook, WhatsApp, and Instagram, they're all connected. And a lot
yes,
of
they
people
all
did not know
connected.
that.
Yeah, so
Mhm.
he's really in a lot of hot water right now. So I
Oh,
see nothing but lawsuits in his future.
wow. Well, I mean, doesn't he already owe out about $400 to everybody that was on Facebook that got caught up in the, what they call it?
Yeah, I still haven't received my check.
They did a thing where they identified, it was called some kind of thing with your picture.
Yes.
And every time your picture showed up, on a photo, it automatically identified you. I forgot what the name of the app is called.
Mm-hmm.
And I guess in Illinois, they didn't have permission to use it. And
Yeah.
they used it anyway. So a lawsuit was filed. And I guess they were supposed to pay everybody, what was it, like about $400 or
Right.
$300. And it was supposed to be paid by what, April of this year.
And he
Mm.
still have not paid out yet.
Okay, somebody said it was called facial recognition.
Recognition. There you go,
Okay.
Tracy.
Mm-hmm.
All right. So the money was never paid out. And I guess that'll be part of the lawsuit, huh?
Yeah. Well,
Oh,
you
wow.
know, the rich have clever ways of holding on to their money and not paying those lawsuits.
Well,
Mm-hmm.
I guess all those $400 is still collecting interest. You know, they're
Mhm.
constantly investing it. Be nice if we could take it and invest it in something, wouldn't it? Huh? Did I
Mm-hmm.
say that? I better be quiet before they throw me off of
Put you
Facebook.
in Facebook jail.
Well, honey,
I,
I'm missing. I'm already in hot water in Facebook, and
oh,
I already know it.
I
Everything
stay
that
in
I
Facebook
post,
jail. I stay in Facebook jail.
everything that I post, if I post a video, I notice that when I post it, they'll tell me that there is a problem because they watch it before I post it.
Oh
And
yeah.
after they watch it, then they release it. I already know that. I
Yes.
already know that I'm under scrutiny, but I do my best not to do anything wrong. But I'm gonna say what I have to say because everybody know I got a big mouth. Everybody know that you have the freedom to say what you want to say.
I think we should all go in on a satellite because that's what we need. I think a satellite is like $1.5 million. We should all go in, raise money, and get our own satellite. Tracy, what is it? Kincaid said we need our own interest. I think she meant internet. I think that's what she meant.
No,
Yeah.
she said we need our own interest. I think she's talking about the
And
doggone money. I guess. I don't know if she still listen. Maybe she'll explain herself. We need our own interest, or do we need our own internet?
She said she would. What did she say?
Okay, when we were talking about, we were talking about the facial recognition, and that
Mm-hmm.
there were like maybe $300 or $400 that everybody was supposed to get back in April, and that money never materialized.
Right.
And I said that he was still making interest off of that money because he never paid us. And if we had the $300 or $400, maybe we could invest it and draw interest from it individually. So I don't know if she was saying that if we had the money, we could take it and make our own interest, or if she was saying that we need our own internet.
Interest. She was saying interest. She was talking about that compound index interest being
Yeah,
your
because
own bank.
that's what he's doing. He's making interest off of that money that he's
mm-hmm.
supposed to pay everybody for the facial recognition that we
Right.
just
Exactly.
yeah.
Exactly.
Okay. She said girl spell check. Okay. I guess she meant
We all in the same area though. We
okay,
working
we
it
know.
out.
Okay, another thing that is going on. She said he's making money absolutely every day.
Every
Uh,
second.
another thing that is hot on the internet is that Bubba Wallace, a NASCAR race car driver, he won. He won
Yes.
Yes,
the
he
Emmy.
did.
All right, and do
Yes.
you remember not too long ago? But they claimed that it wasn't a noose, but he claims that when he went back to, I guess, his pit or wherever wherever his car, I guess they have little pits where everybody's stuff is individually stored, that there was a noose
Mm.
hanging there, a rope with a noose on it. And
Yeah.
they claim that it really wasn't anything new. It had just come there, hanging there a long time ago. Well, you know how they're gonna make the story out to fit them. But he claims that there was a noose hanging there. And I think he's what the only African American NASCAR driver uh, of color. And
Yes.
now he's gone and he's won. So he did make history. And I just think
Congratulations to him.
yes, I just think that's a beautiful thing. I think that is just so wonderful. So that was another one of the hot topics.
That's
So
exciting.
oh, that is
Congratulations to
really,
him.
that is really,
I want
really
to see him
exciting.
win more.
Oh, we all do. We all do. So anybody else got any other hot topics that they want to bring up today?
I haven't had a chance to even see the news today. I've been in my car all day.
Oh yeah.
Carol, how you managed to see the news? I see you on the move, Miss Manager.
Oh, Miss Manager always on the move. Always on the move.
Miss
Um,
Katie, this woman gets it done. You hear me? This sister take care of business. You hear me?
I try. I try. You hire me for a job, I'm gonna do it.
Well, that's what hey, that's what it's all about, right?
That's my job is to get the job done.
She gets
I'm
the
very
job done.
excited for her. I don't want to actually say anything yet until we sign agreement, but I have a producer that is going to listen to her music this weekend.
Oh, how
So
about that?
hopefully, if everything goes well, she may be signed by Monday.
Oh, check that
So
out.
I'm very
Check that
excited about
out.
that.
Well, I want to bring up this last hot topic, and then what we will do is I want to play another cut about Queen Qiana, and then we want to get into talking about cancer awareness. And I
Yes.
just don't want to limit this to breast cancer. I want to talk about cancer awareness because there's all different types of cancer. But
Yes.
one of the great things that's happening here in Chicago, and I tell you, this is historical. This is great. And I really don't understand why people here fought it so hard, and I don't understand why they were against it. The Obamas just broke ground for the library.
Yes, they did.
Yes, I mean,
Congratulations to them.
I'm telling you, this is phenomenal. I mean, can you imagine having a presidential library? Even though, honey, it's not on the west side, it's on the south side.
And it's on the south side in a
Yes,
black community.
in a
Yes.
girl, could you say that one more time?
In a black community.
That's
Yes.
it. In a black community. And do you know, I hate to say this, there were blacks who fought against this.
Yes.
I can't even imagine.
I couldn't either.
Yeah.
But I mean, I listened to them. They fought against it.
And the justification would be what?
Oh, I can give you a list of them. They basically feel that Obama didn't do enough for the black community. And
Obama was
that's
our
the
first
that's
black
the huge
president.
thing.
That alone. Him being our first black president, that alone.
I'm basically gonna say it, but I'm gonna say it very, very tasteful. When you get a black president, my caliber of thinking is I'm looking for something historical when he gets in the office, and we have to stop thinking pennies and start thinking dollars. A lot of black community was looking for small things for Obama to do. Well, he didn't come in our community and do. When I'm listening to what they were looking for, I was like, so you're looking for him to fix what? That doesn't make sense. I'm looking for homes. I'm looking for more small businesses. I'm looking for better jobs. You're asking for prison reform. I'm looking to help my grandchildren stay out of prison. I don't want prison reform. I want better systems to help my people stay out of prison. I don't want reform. I want better opportunities to keep people out of prison. So we asking for the wrong things. I'm trying to make my people be middle class, not stay in low income for the rest of their lives. So we have to elevate our mindset.
And you know, another sad thing about it, we forget, and this is the ugly part. We forgot that when Obama became president of the United States, we forgot that this still is America.
Yes.
America was founded on racism.
Absolutely.
Okay?
Yes.
America embedded in the DNA of America
yes.
right today. The Constitution of the United States. Read between the lines, baby.
It wasn't for us.
It wasn't for us. And it's like people don't realize that.
Okay? It's still everything about them, everything that they do, the laws in America.
They didn't apply to us.
Thank you. Okay,
and
when Obama got in
white and Democratic don't mean you're for us.
When Obama got in the White House, his own party turned their back on him.
And it's like they forgot about that.
They said, what did they say? I ain't gonna sign no bill that no black man presents.
You know what is undeniable about Barack and Michelle is they were the classiest, most regal family that ever graced the halls of that White House.
Okay.
Yes.
They will never get another like them.
Never.
Coming straight out of Chicago.
Scandals. You didn't hear about their kids getting in trouble other than the stuff that they made up.
Exactly.
Exactly.
You know, they took pictures and they documented of their daughter smoking reefer. You can look at the hands on the picture and tell if they did not belong to a teenager.
Mm-hmm. Exactly.
You know, rough, ugly hands. Okay. It should have been changed.
You know, it just behooves me how our own people turn against our own people because of the things you want. And, you know, I tell my people, I don't look for a handout from anyone.
Okay.
My grandmother bust her butt for me to do better for myself. Stop looking for a hookup and hook yourself up.
I know that's right.
I'm sorry. I didn't come when he became president. I wasn't looking for a handout. I was looking for historical moments.
And that moment is the moment I remember. I remember that moment sitting here when both of my grandparents were still alive, and I watched both of them cry, like because they never thought they would see that in their lifetime.
Yeah, he changed things that made me believe that my grandchildren can be in his shoes. I keep telling people you missed the whole point of his presidency. The whole point.
Do you know that there were African American men and women who were a part of slavery, who got in line and stayed in line for hours. To vote? Just to vote, who never thought that they would see this day.
And they don't realize how historical that was. I actually was in line with an actual gentleman that was 101 years old. And it was a pleasure standing next to him. It was a pleasure. Those were moments that I will never forget.
And then you got people talking about, and then you got people talking about, I didn't vote. Are you kidding me? I mean, we're talking about people we're talking about people of color who said, I didn't vote. I didn't see a reason.
They just didn't vote, but we still won anyway.
Well, congratulations to them, and congratulations on that library.
Yeah, we really get down too deep into this, but like I said, I'm just so glad that even I'm glad that that library is here, is coming here. I just think that that is one historical move, okay, for the city of Chicago, period. I just think that's a great thing. And I wanted to throw that out. Okay, I want to play this song, this other song. It's also by Queen Qiana. I'm trying to pull up the cover first so I can put it out here while the song is playing. This song, you can also find this song, like I said, on most streaming apps. Uh,
And it will be re-released. Both of the songs will be re-released with the cover art. Um,
are they going to be re-released?
just yes, with
Oh
the cover
yes.
art because they're going on the new album.
I got to make sure that. Okay, the song is called it's "Forgiveness Stains." So we're going to play this song, and then we're coming back. And when we come back, we're going to get into talking about cancer awareness. So please enjoy this music.
Come on, let me blow you away. Come on, let me blow you away. Come on, let me blow you away. Come on, let me blow you away.
All right, I want to welcome everybody back to Rhythm Flow Radio live stream right here on Facebook Live, YouTube, and Spreaker, somewhere here on the west side in the Austin community. And my guests, I'm going to let them introduce themselves because they know themselves better than I do.
Hello, I'm Queen Qiana.
Hi, I'm Carol Reed.
And
That's my
today,
manager.
Manager here.
and today we're getting ready to talk about cancer awareness because October it's all about being pink. And I know about cancer awareness because it has affected people that are close to me. I haven't had the big scare yet. I mean, I've had the doctors, take me through some changes because when your family has been affected by cancer, also it's a part of, I guess, your family history. So the least little things that happen to you, you're put in a group. If there's breast cancer, a history of breast cancer in your family, or colon cancer, or any type of cancer, you're put in a group. And the least little thing that shows up in any of your medical records, you go through some extensive tests. So I've had those scares where you go to have a mammogram and they see a little spot, and because of that, it's in your medical history, your family history. They take you through some changes, and I tell you, it can almost make you tear your hair out of your head. But me personally, myself, I can thank the man upstairs that it hasn't affected me in a way. My body has, I should say, has not been attacked, but my family has. But the thing it attacks, I guess what, 1 in 5, 1 in 4, something like that. Now,
Well,
I don't know about either of you. Maybe you have a story that you could share. Have you been directly affected by any form of cancer?
I have. I am actually a breast cancer survivor.
Are you? How about that?
13, 13 it'll be 13 years on Halloween.
Get out of here. 13 years?
Yes.
Oh, wow.
Yeah. I
So,
actually had stage 4 breast cancer.
stage 4, that's
Yeah.
pretty intense, isn't it?
Yes, it is. I was in my 30s when I found a lump on my birthday, on Valentine's Day. I found a lump. I still went out, enjoyed myself, but it kind of got scary because it seemed like it was aggressively growing. I went to my gynecologist. He didn't believe it was something serious because I was so young at the time. Um, I went and got an ultrasound, and because I was a nurse and I basically now a biochemist. When I saw the ultrasound, because of my experience, I knew it was breast cancer right away when I saw it. It was very aggressive because it's different types of breast cancer. And I had what you call a hormonal aggressive type of breast cancer, which is my own body, my own hormones are attacking my body, which means it was estrogen driven. So, every time my estrogen levels got high, my tumor grew. So
Oh,
it was
wow.
very dangerous. So when they first discovered it, it was about the size of a small lemon. By the time I had surgery, it had already tripled in size.
Wow.
So it was very, very aggressive. So they had to remove. First, they wanted to remove both my breasts, but I actually end up meeting a wonderful surgeon, Dr. Deshma, very wonderful surgeon at he's at Ingles Hospital. Wonderful man, love him. He decided to try something new with me because he didn't want me to lose my breast. So he actually only amputated half of my left breast. And
Now, was
after
everything
that,
contained in that half that he took?
yes. So half of my left breast and all the lymph nodes under my arm and all the tissue under my arm was removed. So it was very aggressive, very painful. After that, I had to have 16 treatments of chemo and 46 treatments of radiation. So as you see, I wear black all the time. I can have black on because I know they do pink for breast cancer, but I wear black to represent the color of my breast. But after I was done with treatment, my breast was completely black. So I wear black every in October for the whole month of black to represent the color of my breast.
Oh, wow.
So
Now,
they basically gave me 6 months to live, but I'm still here.
they gave you 6 months to live, and this is 13 years later.
Yes, they did. They honestly didn't think I would make it through the treatment because they had to give me one of the most strongest type of chemotherapy possible to beat it because it was so aggressive. They was afraid that it was going to start attacking my bones. So that's why they had treated aggressively. So I was very afraid because my children was in high school at the time. My son, he was in a sophomore. My daughter was a freshman. So I'm a young mother with 2 kids and don't know how to tell them that it's a possibility that I won't make it to see them graduate high school. So me being a breast cancer survivor, I understand totally, the scares of having breast cancer and understand this is a serious matter, especially in the Black community of having breast cancer, because we are the actual race that they don't take it seriously in our community.
Can I ask you what kind of support system did you have?
None, none. I fought it alone.
I mean, they didn't offer you
I,
any kind of support system, as far as, from the hospital, the doctor's standpoint.
None. They give you a bunch of booklets and
Phone
give you
numbers, like
information to
hotlines.
read, and that's it.
Wow.
No family. I have one of my best friends that took me to chemo and radiation, but I had no one. And I was not going to put that burden on my children.
Wow. The reason that I asked that is because uh, every year I try. I try. I'm not going to say that I succeed every year, but I try to do something in October that is in aligned with cancer awareness. And I believe it was last year. I met quite a few people that had some type of organization, and most of them had been around quite a while. And these were women of color, and they were support systems. And that's why I was asking you. And they were support systems for aftercare, before care, and they were there to support women of color, not only women of color, just women, period, who were going through
I
breast
was
cancer.
really hurt by a lot of those programs. I lost all my hair, and everybody laughed at me when I tell them I lost every strand of my hair but a little strand that was right here. And I looked like that lady from I'm Gonna Get You Sucker when she pulled the wig off. I just had this strand right there.
I'm laughing,
That's
but
all
it's
I
not
had.
funny. It's not
That's all
funny.
I
I'm
had.
Well,
laughing.
this is nice in the summer.
I just had that little patch right there. It was sticking straight out, just right up there. My son couldn't stand it. every time I took my wig off, he'd be, Mom, would you put your wig back on? Because that hair just stick up right in there. It would not fall out. That hair stood strong right there, that little patch. That little patch said, I'm staying right here. And it just sprouted out just like that. Everything else is gone. Just that little hair. But I'm proud to be a breast cancer survivor. And I'm proud to be one of those women that were able to go on the 31st every year and go see that physician that told me that I was going to die and say, hello, I'm still here.
I'm still here. Yes.
I go visit him every 31st.
Yes.
Just to tell him hello. He
Now,
knows he's probably waiting on me to come see him. I go see him every year.
how often do you share this story?
Not too often because I've actually spoke one time to a school about my experience, and it took me a long time to get to this point to speak it without crying.
Because, see, I just think that this is such an amazing story because somebody gave you, what was it, 1 year?
6 months.
6 months to live. And here you are 13 years and 6 months later.
Yes.
And you're still here. And I love the way that you talk about that one strand of hair.
It stuck up. It just stuck up in the air. I had to slick it down sometimes to put my wig on.
Well, that was a strong piece of hair, wasn't it?
It sure was. I still get it. It's still here. It's still here. My baby's still here.
But it's not, listen. Now we're laughing about it now, but there's a lot more hair to go with it now.
Yeah. My hair finally grew back. It grew back. But it's a lot of women out there that people, when they hear you're gonna die, they walk away from you because they don't want to see what you have to go through because they're afraid of seeing death. But I've learned death is a part of life. That's what you have to do. If that's what God tells you is your next path, that's your next path. And real people that love you will see that path with you.
Absolutely.
But
Absolutely.
breast cancer, no form of cancer is really a death sentence anymore. I think it's more that what makes it I can say what makes it maybe the death sentence is that we're scared. Because I'm going to tell you, I'm going to tell you the doctor. Okay, the Laura Simmons say that they give up. I'm going to tell you what made me scared. I know that I have a history of cancer in my family. And I can remember, and I'll call the hospital's name at the University of Illinois. And I can remember used to have my mammogram every year. But I can remember this one year I had the mammogram. And when I had it, it's like they saw something. And at that time, my sister was a registered nurse there. Okay. And she had already had a bout with breast cancer. And it was like they made me feel like they had to go in there and do something. Okay? I felt like they had me in a room and they weren't gonna let me out.
Yeah.
Okay? And I'm gonna tell you, when I got the hell up out of there, I bet you I didn't let them mess with my girls no more. And I'm gonna tell you, I'm not gonna lie to you. It was a long time before I had another mammogram. When they said mammogram, excuse me, I never did go. When they told me about having a mammogram, girl, I ran the other way. The doctor said, well, did you get your mammogram? I said, I forgot. She kept writing an order for me to go get a mammogram, and I kept going the other way.
It's like they scare you and they make you afraid more than to give you that light in the tunnel. So I tell people, look, it's better to know but it's the way they talk to us. It's almost like they want us to die. So when my advice when I tell women is, look, get your mammograms, stay healthy. Don't let anyone put that negativity in your head that you're gonna die. No one is gonna take your life but God. Doctors practice medicine. That's all they do is practice. You are their practice. Practice makes perfect. But no one can deem you dead but God. So
Well,
you have to
they,
go in there. You have to walk by faith, not by sight.
well,
That's my
they,
manager
And I
right
walk
there.
by faith every day.
I guess they
Isn't
just,
she inspirational?
she sure is, but they had me so scared. But
So
it
no
took,
one's fear me. Nobody put fear in me. No doctor
it,
can tell me nothing that's going to fear me.
it took somebody
So you
with
can't
breast,
go in there fear of anything.
well, it took somebody with breast cancer to get me to go take that mammogram. And I took that mammogram, and the same thing that they had seen 10 years ago, guess what? It was still there looking the same way. It hadn't grew, it hadn't done anything. And guess what? When I go get the mammogram now, and I get it every year, what they saw 30 years ago is still there looking the same way. And guess what? Elmhurst Hospital has never said we need to go in there because you have a history of cancer in your family and go in there and do a biopsy or cut or do anything. You know why? Because they say it's not doing anything. And then they said that they had to take some kind of big microscope just to see it. But these
Mm-hmm.
doctors made me feel I listen, I was like having a panic attack. Girl, I started sweating. Listen, I sweated so hard I could smell my funk. And I wasn't even funky. That's how scared I was. I mean I could smell nothing but purity funk when they got through talking to me.
That's
And
what they do. They fear. They put that fear in you.
well, they really put the fear in me, and I tell you that's been 30 years ago, and I have not had a biopsy. They do use some other kind of technology now. Just I forgot what they call it. You know, other than a breast cancer, they do what is it? Ultrasound, and then they have a 3D thing that they can do where they can really see. So all of that fear that I had, it left. But when you have that fear, like you say, it's a very scary thing. But
Yes.
here's a comment. Somebody said, "Yes, indeed. I remember the doctor said the same thing to my mom, but it wasn't breast cancer. They gave her 2 weeks. My mom lived 9 years longer, and she died from something totally different."
Mm.
Okay, so I mean, I don't know. I shouldn't have been scared, but they,
Well, that
they
term "scared to death,"
yes,
being scared can kill you.
yeah,
Fear, fear of the unknown.
yeah, yes, it can. I almost hate to talk about this subject, but I have to, I really, really have to because, you know, they always say you get a what is it, a mammogram at age 40. I was just watching
Mm-hmm.
Good Morning America this morning, and they were talking about a young lady who was 19 years old. She started out being, I think, like a YouTube star on YouTube. I think that's where she got discovered. 19 years old and found out she had breast cancer at 19. They say we don't
Mm.
get a mammogram till we're 40. If she hadn't have paid attention to her body and to her breast, she found a lump at 19. Okay.
Mm.
And she
Wow.
just going through her last treatment for breast cancer.
Mm.
Wow.
So it's something that we have to talk about. I had a young lady that was on the show, I believe it was last year, 24 years old.
Mm.
She had an aggressive stage of breast cancer. Young people. So it's even though those are medical findings, I guess that they have compiled together to come up with an age to say that you should have a mammogram at a certain age. Those are medical findings. But to women and women of color, to women, period. And not only women, because
Breast
men get
cancer also.
Yes.
absolutely. So it's just
Yes.
important that I guess I can say that we must pay attention to our bodies. Pay attention to your health, period. If something is not going right, don't self-diagnose. Go to the doctor,
Yeah.
you know?
Go to the
So
doctor. Definitely.
yeah. So Kiana, have you had any experiences with cancer of any type? Or know
I have.
anybody?
I have. Actually, two of my good friends are fighting cancer right now.
Oh
My
wow.
grandfather died in this house. We were all next to him. He died of cancer.
Mhm,
I used to work for a hospital. I won't say who, but I worked
mhm,
on the cancer floor.
mhm,
Um, but yeah, I've had some experiences with cancer and um, in a professional capacity and personal. And either way is hard. As a professional, they tell you to remain professional, but when you connect with people just on a human level and you see them going through and sometimes they pass away, it affects you. My grandfather, I watched him, deteriorate, and all of the family, we were here, with him by his
mhm,
bedside when he passed. Um, which was a hard thing to do. He went through chemo and his hair fell out, and eyebrows and eyelashes fell out, and thickness throwing up, and just all kind of stuff, that happens to your body. Um,
Just to hear you mention that his eyebrows and eyelashes, there was a young lady, her name was very neat Nikki Martinez.
mm,
Uh, she and I used to do stand up comedy together, but later on, she came to intellectual radio probably back in 2015, 2016, or somewhere down there. And Nikki had a bout with cancer too. And she passed. But when you said about the eyebrows and eyelashes, I had never paid Nikki any attention. Really, I had never. And Nikki told me one day, she said, "Take a good look at me." And I say, "What?" She said, "Take a good look at me." She say, "I don't have any eyebrows. I don't even have eyelashes." And I looked at her.
mhm.
She didn't. But you know what? It was something that I never noticed. I never noticed.
Wow.
And just listening to you say that brought that back to me, and I never thought about that.
Yeah,
You
it was
know?
just odd because my grandfather had beautiful, wavy, big waves like the ocean, beautiful,
Mhm,
wavy hair.
mhm.
And when it fell out and his eyelashes and his eyebrows started, and I remember I took a picture of him and he was just like this big cue ball because he didn't have no hair, no facial hair, no mustache, no beard, just this round, perfectly round head. But when it grew back, it was beautiful all over again. And but yeah, I got a couple friends right now fighting cancer, so I keep them in my prayers every day. And man, it's hard. It's hard.
Mhm.
I'm not one of those. I'm the one that want to be there. You need some soup? You need anything? I'm the one calling. You need something? Can I do something for you? What you
Mhm.
need? You know. But it's during those times too, I find that people tend to seclude themselves and want to be alone, and because of the embarrassment. I don't know if it's because of they're losing their hair or whatever, but I would encourage anybody that's going through um you know fighting cancer to allow the people who want to be there to be there. Let them
Yeah,
love on you, let them
you
do for you.
yeah, you do find people that they don't want company. They don't want to be around people. They do want to be secluded. I don't think that I would want to be that way. I think that I would want people to be around me.
I
I
think
mean,
they just don't feel good, so
is
it's
that
just
what
like
it
you don't want
is?
to be bothered, but let people love on you if they want to, if they're trying to, because there's a lot of people out here who don't have anybody, wish they
Carl,
did.
You want me to tell you why?
yeah, Carol, I want you to answer that question. You're the perfect person.
Yeah.
The reason being is most of you all don't know that in your face we see pity.
You see what?
Mm.
And we don't want your pity. We want you to treat us like you always did, but you don't mean any harm, but you show pity. And sometimes I used to be around my friend and I would see them trying to be themselves, but then I see that look on their face, and I will ask them, well, you know what, I don't feel good. You can go ahead and go, and I'll talk to you later. And I ask them to leave because your pity turns to that fear look on your face. And when you show that fear, it makes me scared. So if you're not showing me that you're strong, I can't be strong. So sometimes we don't want to be around that. So we don't want your company because you don't realize what burden you put on us when you can't show a strong face.
Mm.
You mean it, but like I said, you don't mean any harm, but you show it in your face. And you
Interesting.
really do. And then also it's the same. Is there anything I can do for you? Is it in, we sometimes don't want to hear that same thing. We want you to come in like, hey girl, how you doing? You want to go
Mhm.
do this? We want to hear that, but we hear more of the pity conversations than the hey, let's go this, let's do this. So it gets tiresome. So when I hear someone that, oh, I was diagnosed with cancer, I'm like, okay, you want to go get something to eat? And like yeah. And I treat them normal. And they feel normal and they feel better.
Mm.
So they may know they're about to die or whatever, but they want you to just treat them normal. But whatever time left they have, they just want normalcy. That's
Mm.
it.
Oh wow, that's so beautiful.
It
Never
is.
thought about it that way. You this is the most candid conversation. And I truly have enjoyed this conversation. I mean, because this is a real conversation between women. Okay? This is this is nobody trying to give you any medical advice. This is how real people feel. I have truly enjoyed this. Now, it's almost out of time. I'm gonna go a little bit over because I want to know, is there anything that either one of you all want to share? I know that you're Queen's manager now, Carol Reed. I want to know, is there anything that you need to share with us? I mean, you told us that she might be getting signed shortly. If that happens, I just hope you call me on the phone so we can do something about that. Like get back in the screen and maybe break a bottle of champagne right through the screen.
I promise you the exclusive.
That's what I'm talking
How about that?
about.
I promise you the exclusive. We do have an event coming up. She's going to do a network party for Dorothy Brown.
Oh, when is that?
We have that coming up on October 23rd. I will
October
send you the
23rd.
details. We have not got all the details together, but it will be October 23rd. So
Okay,
I will make sure you get all the details.
okay. Now this is what I'm finna ask. Because I'm greedy. So, do you think that someone could be there with a phone, and a tripod? Where's? Wait a minute. First, now, shit. Now, I won't ask you over there. We'll talk about this yet. We're gonna talk about this yet.
Okay, we'll talk about it.
We're gonna talk about this yet. Okay,
Yes.
Queen. Is there anything that you want to share with us? Girl, I know.
No, I'm I'm just basking in it all right now. I mean, the album is coming. J.M. Appel. This is my second album. Just look for it. I mean, it's a lot of stuff that's coming at the moment. Oh, I'd like to share my t-shirts.
Please
I'm
do.
gonna, yeah, I'm going
I went back and I tried to find some of the footage from Intellectual Radio
mm,
in the studio. I couldn't find it, but believe me, I'm gonna keep looking for it because I know that I have it
I
somewhere.
have clips of that on YouTube.
Well, I think, but see, I think I have some of the footage somewhere around here.
Yeah, I have a video. You mean when I
Oh,
was in the studio?
right.
Yeah, it's
So,
on
but
YouTube.
yeah, well, send it to me.
Okay, I
Okay.
will. I
All right,
will.
do that because
So these are
I
my
wanted to
Queen
play
Qiana
some of that.
t-shirts.
Okay, show us your T-shirts and tell us how we can. Oh, that is gorgeous.
This is my first album. This is me painted
Okay,
black. This is,
okay,
well, the name of the album was Queen Qiana the Black Light.
okay.
And this is the front. And this is my logo on the back.
I believe it looks something
Yep,
like
that's it. Yep.
this. I'm gonna remove us out the screen so every right there. Okay,
Yep.
okay.
That's it. And
All
this is
right.
the logo. My logo.
Okay.
It's a chess piece with the Q to the second power. The 2 in supreme mathematics is wisdom, which is the woman. That would be me.
Mm-hmm.
And yeah, so I'm working on them. I'm working on the website and everything, so they'll be available for purchase soon.
All right. All right.
And yeah, we working here. The album is done. I got one more song to. Got a couple little things to do. I'm waiting on Scotty to come back in town, and but yeah, it's just upward movements for here from here. My new manager is just everything to me. Sister Soldier, sister. I love her so much. Y'all just don't even know. Like one day we gonna
Uh,
have that
is
story
there
on.
anything going on at Thingamajigs that I should know about?
Well, Thingamajigs is still up and running in Aurora at Fox Valley Mall. We were supposed to be having Wind Down Wednesdays. The schedule kind of changed a little bit because there was a death in the family and just some other things that was going on. So I will definitely keep you posted. But Thingamajigs is still there if you want some VR reality.
Well, I'd rather
And
come and see you there.
yeah, but it's a virtual reality lounge though. Like if you want a out of this world experience just on some adult fun, they do corporate meetings, corporate parties, birthday parties.
Mhm.
You put your headset on, you grab your controllers, and you are in a whole nother situation. Like it's dope. It's dope. Like dope, dope, dope. So
Listen, I've tried that virtual reality, and I know because in my closet, I got the headset.
now this is different,
I know that one is
but
wild.
it's still trippy, right?
I know it. I know that one is wild and out. But I'm
It
gonna
is. I
the,
love
one-
it.
the ones that you use at home, they can be wild and out too. They
Uh-huh.
really can. Oh, and believe me, they I just know that you perform there sometimes, and
Yes, yes,
I
and
yeah,
there are performances coming up. I haven't had a chance to look at the calendar, but my good friend David Jordan, he's the owner,
okay,
and they always have things going on there. So if you get opportunity, if you're out in Aurora, stop by Fox Valley Mall and go check out Thingamajigs.
okay. Well,
But I'll
just
keep you posted.
keep us posted when you're there. And I want to say to everybody, listen, I thank you for taking your time out to Visit with us right here in the stream because we're streaming from somewhere in the Austin community right here on the west side of Chicago via Facebook Live, YouTube, and Spreaker. And the awesome thing that I want to tell everybody, check this stream out Thursday. Thursday at 5:30. There will be a new show in this stream at 5:30 on Thursday. It's called Inspirational Talks with Laura Simmons, the author. Something totally new. So you should check it out. Check her out. She'll be in the same stream. I won't be here, but she will. So I asked everybody like, let's support each other. That's what it's all
Absolutely.
about.
Absolutely.
You know, COVID has taught us, if COVID hadn't taught us anything, COVID has taught us that we need to support each other.
Can I say one more
Okay?
thing?
You can say anything that you like, so you the queen.
Um, I see so often on social media, people going out of their way not to support local talent, local artists, local businesses because they don't like them or somebody they know doesn't like. I don't even understand that concept personally, but it's enough money out here for all of us.
Mhm.
And then some. It does not hurt anything. It don't cost you no money to hit that like button or to hit that share button. And if we all just shared and liked each other's stuff, we would all be in a whole nother situation that we would, you know what I mean? Just that crab in the bucket. I don't even think that's what that is. It's a lot deeper than that psychologically. How you can look at something and see that it has value, but make a conscious effort not to support it. That
Yes.
is diabolical to me.
You
And
know,
I just really don't agree with that. And I just encourage people to get out of your feelings, take emotion out of it, and just do what's right for the next black person. And because if we all do it, and the circle comes right back around, we are all divided, or what is it, 6 degrees of separation?
Mm-hmm.
And
you
that thing is
know,
real. That thing is real.
that reminded me of what somebody told me one time. How can you say you love God, a man you ain't never seen,
Mm.
but you can't stand your sister and you can't stand your brother? People that you walk around and you see every day, you can't even say hi to
Mm-hmm.
them. Okay?
You know how much energy it takes to just like not like somebody or despise somebody? It takes a whole lot of energy
It
to
sure
do that.
does. It sure does. It sure
Yeah.
does. You are
That's
absolutely.
how I stay so young looking.
I
'Cause
know.
I love
Yeah.
everybody.
Honey, don't let me get the praise. And sometimes I have to walk by that mirror and take a double
A
take.
double take,
Woo!
honey.
Cause
Mm-hmm.
I tell you, 71 sure look good
It
on me.
sure do,
Oh,
sister.
baby.
Look
Mm-hmm.
at Miss Candy down there, shining like a light. Hmm.
Listen,
Who's
life
fit?
is life is good. Life is good.
It
And like
is.
you say, it doesn't take anything to hit that like button, to hit that share button. Okay? We're all in this together. And COVID has taught me a lot. Okay? You I'm not gonna let you hurt my feelings no more. You can say anything.
Hmm.
Listen, you can say anything about me you want to, and guess what? I'm still smile.
That's right.
I swear, even if you don't hit that like button or you don't hit that share button, I'm
That's right.
still
I'm
gonna
still
win.
smile
I'm
because you know
still
what?
gonna win.
Yes.
I found out the more I smile, the less wrinkles I have. I'm loving it. I'm loving it. All right, listen. I thank you all so much, and like I say, Thursday, catch Laura Simmons, the author, right here with Inspirational Talk with Laura Simmons. And I'm gonna take you out because listen, you will hear this song probably the rest of this year and the rest of next year unless you come out with something else.
That's
Because
I got
I
a whole
want
album. I got a whole album coming.
But I just
So
want to listen. I just want people to know that you live in a world, and the world that you live in, honey, it is not just your imagination. Okay, it's real out here.
it's
It is
real.
not your imagination, and that's why I'm playing this song. I want you to know that COVID is real. It is not just your imagination. I'm finna play this song. Y'all better go buy this song, baby. Huh? It's real. This
It
is
is
Coach
real.
Lowe. I thank you for you for
Thank you.
Thank
taking
you.
that Rhythm Flow Radio live stream right here on the west side of Chicago, somewhere in the Austin community. And I'm gonna sign off and say good night.
Peace.
Running away.